Hello everyone and welcome to the Easter special of The Creatures Features, the show where we discuss the strangest creatures in mythology, cryptozoology, and pop culture. My name is Quartz and I'll be your monsterologist today, and this is Jackie, who will be learning about our creature right alongside you. Say hi, Jackie.
Hello.
So, the hint for this monster was, it's the Easter special. That's all
Easter,
you got.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Any idea?
No, not really. Unless there's an evil version of the Easter Bunny that I'm unaware of, which I don't think there is, though that would be interesting. No, I have no idea.
Well, it is a bunny.
Well, I'll take that.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about the Virginia Bunnyman.
Okay, that's already a great name.
I'm assuming you've never heard of the Virginia Bunnyman.
Not even remotely, no.
No, that's fair. Any guesses as to what this could be about?
Normally cryptids are fairly straightforward, so I'm assuming it's some sort of man-sized or shaped rabbit that people have seen probably in the woods or running across roads, given how cryptids go. But
it's worse than that.
Oh, it's good. Oh, good. I am excited for worse. That should be great.
All right, so there's a ton of variations of this, but the main one from what people talk about is that it's a man wearing a rabbit costume who attacks people with an axe or a hatchet. That's it.
Okay, so this is oh boy, so this isn't even a creature so much as a crazy person. Right?
It's a crazy person. The only thing qualifying it as cryptid is that people swear that it's been around since the early 1900s and it's still being spotted today as like a ghost.
I'm so excited. Fantastic.
So yeah, it's like a dude in like an
Wild.
Easter bunny costume, and normally it's like tattered and dirty.
Of course.
I don't even know. But yeah, I saw this and I'm just like, yep,
wild.
Easter, let's go.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm pumped to learn more because that's amazing.
So the main two sightings this came from were both in 1970, about 10 days apart in this really small town in Virginia.
Okay.
Mind you, apparently this bunny haunts an overpass, which is like a really, really, really small overpass. I'll have to send you some pictures at some point.
Yes, of course.
But in October, obviously, is when the first sighting happened.
Of course.
Around midnight, this couple was returning from a football game, and they reportedly parked their car in a field on Guinea Road to, and this is in quotations, visit an uncle who lived across the street from where the car was parked.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
And then while they were sitting there with the motor running, they noticed a man outside the window. Then the window was smashed open, and the figure screamed, "You're on private property, and I have your tag number." And then they drove away.
That's a strong opening. Like, smashing
opening.
their window. Okay.
Later to find out, after they drove to the police department, that there was a hatchet laying in their back seat from where the window was smashed.
Oh, so he, like, threw it through their window?
Uh-huh.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and
That'll wake you up.
the dude swears to God it was a dude in a bunny suit, whereas the lady swears it was a dude in a KKK hood.
That's pretty different.
Pretty different.
Those are...
Okay.
I would unfortunately believe either.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then about 10 days later, 2 days before Halloween.
Okay.
This dude is on the porch of an unfinished home for some reason, also on Guinea Road. And he says a man wearing a gray, black, and white bunny costume, about 20 years old, 5 foot 8 inches, and weighed about 175 pounds. Very specific on this one.
That's really specific.
Really specific. Came to the porch and started hitting it with the long-handled axe, saying, "You're trespassing. If you come any closer, I'll chop your head off."
I mean, there's a better way to start these conversations.
There really
wants to
is.
Have. Oh, okay. So was the just to make sure I'm on the right track. The first one was at night, right?
Yes.
Okay, and was the second one during the day?
It doesn't say.
Okay, so just whenever. Hanging out on abandoned porches, who knows?
Yeah. I'm also going to assume at night, just based off of everything.
That's fair.
It was a security guard.
Oh, okay, yeah. No,
It's
then
a little
that
more.
makes sense. That makes a lot more sense of why. I just thought it was somebody, like, loitering on an abandoned house's porch.
Ah, yes. I mean,
Okay,
that also
that makes-
wouldn't surprise me, though. In the
No,
70s on Halloween.
It's the 70s, Halloween, Virginia. Yeah, I think that all lines up. But that makes more sense as security guard. So yeah, probably night at that point.
So, to sum up everything, crazy dude in a bunny suit that apparently either has a hatchet or an axe trying to murder people. After the first 2 sightings, 50 more sightings were found during the last 2 months of that year. I'm pretty sure it's like hysteria, people being just like, oh my god, I swear I saw the Bunnyman. Or, you know,
Very likely.
it's Halloween, people play pranks.
Yeah. Yeah, we modernly had the rash of crazy clowns running around, so, like...
And that went on for a couple years.
That was excessive. I remember that.
So apparently this Bunnyman haunts, the small overpass in Colchester Road or something.
Okay.
Apparently he only haunts it on Halloween night. Hang on, I need to pull up a picture.
I've got to see an image for this.
You need to see how small this is.
Yeah. Get my mind in the right setting for this.
Oh yeah, if you also type in the Bunnyman Bridge, it comes up on Google.
Okay, I will pull that up.
Actually, that'll probably be easier for you to do anyway than me to send this to you. But it's in Clifton, Virginia.
Clifton, okay.
Colchester
Oh
Road.
my goodness gracious, that has got to be a 1-lane road. Yes. That is tiny.
And the only thing that goes on the overpass is a train.
Oh, okay, so it's under... There was a place like that right near where I live, but yeah, in a relative driving distance where it was a little tunnel under train tracks. So that makes sense. Yeah, no, I hate that. I'm not sure if that's photoshopped in the little silhouette in the picture I found, but...
Oh, no, people just now go in bunny suits and take pictures.
You know?
So that's probably true that somebody is standing there in that picture, but yeah, no, it's not actually the Bunnyman.
So the 2 original stories, like, why is there a reason behind why this bridge? Because
no,
the 2 original stories had nothing to do with it.
Yes, there is, just not dealing with these 2 stories.
Oh, okay, great.
So there's a third rumor that branched off from here. So this is like the cryptid part now, the more cryptid part.
Okay. So we're past the like what inspired portion. Yes. Okay, perfect.
Okay. So mind you, the original stories were in 1970, right?
Right.
All right. The cryptid part tells of a story in 1904.
Oh my goodness gracious! Way back when.
Yes, there was an asylum not far from the bridge. The residents didn't like the idea of mental patients near their home, so they got it shut down. And all the patients were taken to a bus stop, going to a prison. Okay. The bus...
1904.
1904.
Yeah.
The bus swerved and crashed. They were able to locate all the inmates except for one. His name was Douglas Griffin. Douglas Griffin.
Okay.
Okay? Apparently he disappeared. Weeks after, they were finding rabbit corpses all over the woods, because that was the only thing he could do to stay alive was to eat them.
Yeah, catch and eat them, alright.
On Halloween night, a group of kids were hanging around the bridge. They reported seeing some sort of bright orb or light. Then in a flash, they'd all been strung up like bunnies and gutted and hanging from the bridge.
Who told this story?
And the rumor goes, if you come here on Halloween night at midnight, you'll end up just like those kids and the bunnies.
Alright. People were really bored in 1904.
So now let's dissect this 1904.
It's a lot to unpack, yeah.
Mind you, this rumor did not come about until after the 1970 Bunnyman.
So do we actually have evidence of this event?
No.
Okay.
Because even more dissecting. There was never an asylum in Clifton. Never.
Okay.
Buses weren't around in 1904.
I didn't even think of that part, but yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe there were kids killed on this bridge, but like...
possibly. Yeah.
Not very likely.
Nah. You feel like there'd be newspapers about that.
Yeah. The only true thing about the story is that people just keep telling it. That's it.
Interesting. It's so entertaining, the amount of folklore that people could be like, I saw this, and this happened.
The story's become so widespread that it's also spread out to, like, Maryland and Washington, D.C., that when newcomers come, they normally hear about the Bunnyman within their first year of living there.
That's wild.
So it's still talked about widely today.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this like a, because there's a town in, I'm messing up where, West Virginia, that, like, built their identity around the Mothman. Is Clifton, like, the Bunnyman capital? Like,
No.
you get merch and stuff?
No, they literally don't care.
Unfortunately.
It's just like a fun story that everyone tells around, being like, don't go to the bridge on Halloween.
Yeah.
To be even more specific, cryptids, our favorite fandom.com,
Yes.
says that there are only killings or sightings at this bridge on Halloweens that are in 10 or 20 years, exactly at midnight under the bridge.
But the original was 1904.
Mm-hmm.
What a weird story, but so entertaining.
Oh yeah. In 1973, the story had spread so far in just 3 years.
Wow.
That a student, Patricia Jones, who went to the University of Maryland, submitted a paper titled "The Bunnyman" and found a ton of sources to try to like figure out how this legend started and like try to dissect it.
Interesting.
Yeah, she came up with all of the stories take place in an urban setting. The Bunnyman existed prior to the start of her project. That they'd heard this tale before that point. And apparently there was quote unquote some truth to it. She interviewed 54 people.
Oh wow. She actually put some work into that.
Oh yeah.
Like...
In different locations, like within like the 3 surrounding states.
Gotcha.
And what she came up with, she has an A through F of all the things. Okay? 14 different geological locations were mentioned, so people never had like a clear pinpoint.
It's not a consistent place, yeah.
18 involved the Bunnyman chasing or frightening people, usually children, with a hatchet or an axe.
Okay.
14 tell of attacks on cars, so that kind of goes with like the original one.
Yeah, the hatchet through the window.
9 people claim that he attacked a couple parked in a car, so it's even more closer to the 1970s
Similar,
story.
yeah.
5 people accused him of vandalizing homes or buildings. And only 3 people mentioned a murder.
So more of a terrorizing sort of situation than like that one 1904 story that's like all the kids were strung up by their guts and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so like 3 years after the original Bunnyman events, it seems that it just kind of was boiled down to this dude just terrorizes people in a bunny costume, kind of like the clowns we had a couple years ago.
Yeah, that really is what it reminds me of, and that stuff. Yeah, so I mean, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if people have been chased around by somebody in a bunny costume.
Oh, 100%.
That's totally had to have happened. I mean,
especially now that it's linked with Halloween and also like on Easter also, and I'm just like, I don't.
Yep. Like, is it a cryptid? Very unlikely.
No.
But I'm sure people have been chased around and scared by it.
No, for sure. I guess the last sighting of Bunnyman was in 2013, but it really wasn't a credible source to even talk about.
Just like, I saw the Bunnyman.
Yeah, that's just like, it wasn't even on Halloween. It was like some random day in like March before Easter.
Come on, you gotta stick to the...
Yeah.
You gotta stick to the lore if you're gonna make up a sighting.
Oh yeah. Hilariously enough, though, this one little Bunnyman incident has inspired a ton of movies and games.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, hang on. Let me just read through the list that popped up when I typed it in. There's Bunnyman or Bunnyman Massacre in the UK. Bunnyman 2, Bunnyman Vengeance. Bunny the Killer Thing. Easter Bunny Kill Kill.
Oh my god.
Serial Rabbit, the Epic Hunt. It's just and apparently a little bit of Donnie Darko was inspired by the Bunnyman.
What a time! Like, this is much more of a cultural thing than I would expect it to be.
Oh yeah, because like I was just looking through it, and I was like, this Bunnyman's done a lot.
Yeah, he gets around.
I also have a lot of suspicion that in Dead by Daylight, the Huntress was inspired by the story.
I was thinking about that. I mean, she walks around with a hatchet. And she wears, at her default, a bunny mask. I was literally just reading about her, and she was originally nicknamed the Bear in production. But I would certainly imagine that there's some inspiration there.
Yeah, well, especially if you, like, go a little bit into the lore about how she will kidnap small girls and just have them hanging in her house or whatever.
Yeah, string them up.
String them up.
Back to that 1904. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What a wild ride.
That's really all I have about this Bunnyman. Short, to the point. Probably just a dude that likes to scare people.
Yeah, or many people over time, of course. I think it's entertaining. I still find it funny that the original sighting was like, it's either a bunny or somebody in the KKK, and I'm like, well, fair enough.
Okay.
Those things don't really look the same, but
I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Very entertaining, though.
Yeah,
a good one
I thought
for
it'd
Easter.
be a cute little...
Yeah.
Not really cute, because it's just a murderer, but...
It's a crazy person in a bunny costume.
Crazy person in a bunny costume.
What is Easter?
What is Easter? Fun. I mean, Easter's just a zombie, so it's fine.
Exactly. Well, that was very interesting. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to leave a comment if you have a cryptid or myth that you would like us to explore, and we'll see you next time.
I'm gonna have a ride with this.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun editing for him. At least it's not as long.